To understand Tristan, we have to look at the sibling dynamic. While Andrew is the public frontman, Tristan is often the operational architect. They aren't interchangeable. They are complementary personas who built a physical and intellectual warrior framework together. Their story starts in 1988. Born to Emery Tate, an international chess master, his world shifted from American intellectual discipline to the material precarity of a British council estate. This transition laid the first layer of the persona. Developmental psychology points to two paths for narcissistic traits. The first is overvaluation without warmth, being praised for exceptionalism rather than effort. It creates a self-image that requires constant external validation to stay secure. The second path is grandiosity as armor, a defense built in response to instability or loss. Divorce and the early death of a father are the kind of destabilizing events that push a child to build a grandiose shell over a vulnerable self. His father supplied a rigorous, intellectual warrior framework where excellence was not negotiable. Tristan and Andrew layered a physical, combative one on top of it, creating a definition of masculinity rooted in absolute dominance. In adolescence, aggression often gets socially rewarded by peers before it gets punished by adults. A combative kickboxing gym and a reality TV edit that rewards arrogance are, structurally, environments that fuel exactly this development. This athletic career also built a high-risk tolerance, a trait called sensation-seeking. It explains the jump from a sports ring to international business and the constant courting of controversy despite legal exposure. Then came the adult life accelerant, sudden, extreme wealth. Status gain functions as social proof that the grandiose self-image is correct, turning adulation into a baseline necessity that any absence of reads as a threat. When we map this behavior to the dark triad framework, we're identifying a pattern. It starts with narcissistic grandiosity, the flaunting of wealth, and the insistence on being beyond criticism. It's a performance for an audience. Then there's the callousness, the demeaning framing of women and dismissiveness toward accusers. This resembles low empathy traits, though it's often a learned belief system, hostile sexism as an ideology. Finally, Machiavellian strategic self-interest. Running a webcam empire and hustlers university requires a cold, calculated view of human interaction, where every relationship is framed as a transaction or a hierarchy. Why does this persona persist? Because of the reinforcement loops. Every dollar earned functions as absolute proof that the worldview is correct. It's a much stronger loop than simple praise. Then there's the fandom. A mostly young male audience treating him as a mentor supplies the constant admiration, the raw material that narcissistic self-esteem regulation depends on to survive. Even legal trouble is reframed by the audience, and likely by Tate himself, as proof of being effective rather than wrongdoing. Tate didn't have to invent this. He stepped into a ready-made cultural ecosystem, the manosphere, that already valorized dominance. He simply spoke its language more fluently than anyone else, operating from regions with different public norms, plausibly provided external validation for beliefs that would draw more friction in the UK. The environment didn't challenge the persona, it hosted it. His style is also perfectly optimized for the medium. Algorithms favor outrage and spectacle. He isn't just an influencer, he is a product of the internet's own incentive structure. We have to be honest, ideology explains the rhetoric, but it doesn't explain alleged criminal conduct. The step from content creator to trafficking charges is a massive one that requires individual assessment. The answer to how he became like this isn't simple. At every stage, a plausible early tendency was selected for and rewarded until it hardened into an identity that is now very hard to walk back. Understanding this mechanism is the first step in interrupting it. Because once the system is running, the persona depends on maintaining the image. no matter the cost to others or themselves. All charges mentioned remain contested and unproven. If this assessment helped you understand these patterns, like and subscribe for more deep dives into the psychology of public figures.